Assalamu alaikum and welcome, dear students. This is your English teacher Qaisar Bashir. Dear students, in the previous video, I did the reading of the poem Miracles. And in this video, I shall be giving you a brief introduction of the poet, a detailed introduction about the poem, explanation of the poem. I shall be discussing the imagery used in the poem and the rhyme scheme, if there is any, followed in the poem. Dear students, after watching or listening to the lecture, you will be able to appreciate the beauty of the Creator and His creation, appreciate every little thing that you see around you, and value and love human relationships. So, without a further ado, let's get started. About the poet. Dear students, Walt Whitman, born on 31st May 1819 and died on 26th March 1892, was an American poet, journalist, and essayist, whose verse collection Leaves of Grass, first published in 1855, is a landmark in the history of American literature. He is often called the father of free verse, an open form of poetry which does not use consistent meter patterns, rhyme, or any musical pattern. It, however, tends to follow the rhythm of natural speech. Introduction. Dear students, for centuries, people have had differing opinions about miracles. Across all cultures, peoples, and times, there have been stories of miracles. In Islamic tradition and literature, we have read and still read about the miracles that happened with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, before or after the prophethood. For example, the revelation of the Quran, Meraj, Prophet Muhammad's journey to heavens, splitting of the moon, etc. Similarly, in Israeli culture, there are stories of Moses calling down plagues upon Egypt and parting the Red Sea to lead the people to freedom. Or you might have heard or experienced how, in a devastating accident like fire, vehicles stumbling, colliding, but still people like children, men and women, drivers survive. Aren't such happenings but miracles? Indeed, they are. Yes, things that happen to you and are beyond your control or imagination are defined as miracles. Dear students, have you ever come across a miracle in your life? If yes, write an account of it in the comment box below. Well, dear students, Walt Whitman in the poem Miracles does not mention or talk about any of these. He, however, talks about how the Creator has created everything with utmost perfection and beauty. Looking at these, he expresses his wonder. Most people never recognize these things as miracles, but Whitman does. Explanation to the poem. Dear students, our poet Walt Whitman begins this poem with a question. Why? Who makes much of a miracle? To express his bewilderment about everything he sees, and is in search of who? The one who has created all these miraculous things, which give joy and pleasure to the poet. And then he starts answering his question step by step by using everyday but exquisitely remarkable imagery. Whitman says that he finds miracles in streets of Manhattan and over the roofs of houses. He is wonderstruck as to who gives men such intellect to build such houses with such delicate finish. He finds the sky as a miracle. He sees wading with naked feet along the beach just in the edge of the water as a miracle. He also believes that his ability to experience and enjoy them is in itself a miracle. He also claims that his ability to feel love for another person is a miracle. He believes that whatever mankind has created, nature and human emotions, are all miracles. Continuing his description of miracles, he writes about the beauty of having dinner with his family, looking at the strangers, standing under trees in a wood, and observing honeybees and animals and birds. He then goes on to describe the beauty of the setting sun, the shining stars, the magnificent bow-shaped moon, the light and the darkness, the surface of the earth, the magnificent space, the oceans and the fishes swimming in there, the dancing waves, the ships ferrying people, the vast space and its every cubic inch. And to the point, these are all full of miracles. Dear students, Whitman mentions 3 particular parts of nature in each section of this poem, like humans, animals, and nature. And according to him, all of these are miracles that make him wonder and praise them. Dear students, Walt Whitman ends the poem just as it begins with a question. What greater miracles are there? Perhaps to bring our attention to infinite beauty around us in the form of rivers, roads, clouds, mountains, etc. And this question reminds us as theists and believers the message of the Creator in the Quran, wherein Allah Almighty reminds us the favors that He has bestowed on us. And one of the living examples of these favors is oxygen. Have we ever thought how important and miraculous it is? Perhaps not. However, coronavirus, a tiny invisible creature that has and is doing havoc in the world, especially in India now, has made us think how miraculous it is. Theme. Dear students, after reading the poem, we understand that even the little things in life which may not get noticed by many is what we should be recognizing the most. And if one takes a conscious glance towards these, they will not disappoint him. Rather, these will bring satisfaction, joy, and peace to the eyes and soul, because everything in life is a miracle. Rhyme scheme. Dear students, the poet has not followed any rhyme scheme in the poem. He has employed the technique of free verse, an open form of poetry, which does not use consistent meter patterns, rhyme, or any musical pattern. It, however, tends to follow the rhythm of natural speech. Imagery. Dear students, the use of visually descriptive language in a literary work is called imagery. The poem Miracles is full of images like wading with naked feet along the beach, walking through the streets of Manhattan, looking at strangers opposite in a car, dining with family, animals feeding in the fields, setting of the sun, rising of the new moon and shining of stars, honeybees surrounding a hive, the sailing ship, etc. Dear students, this was all about the poem. Stay blessed. Khuda Hafiz.